Okay, everybody, I have to make a quick video. I'm at work, but I had to cancel one of my appointments today for blood work and stuff because my cholesterol's through the roof to go see Donna's neurological specialist. He got the results back from her brain scan again. He does it every few months, and it wasn't good. Yesterday, they did a scan of her lungs, and they found two nodules or whatever that they're concerned about, and some other stuff in there that they're going to monitor it, make sure it's not cancer, and also something with some closing of the bronchioles. Could be an infection, but there's also some nodules which they're concerned about being cancer in the future. But they said even if it's lung cancer, they're not going to do anything about it because she's 76 years old and too sick and frail, and she'll probably die of old age before cancer anyway. But lung cancer is bad. It goes right to the brain. So today we looked at the brain, and there's no cancer or anything in there. But her doctor sat her down with me, the neurosurgeon, and another doctor, and Bob, her other, my friend who helps me caretaker with her. He's a nurse. It's not good. Her brain has deteriorated so rapidly in 4 months. They said that she probably had a few years, but 4 months ago, they showed the comparison of the MRI of the brain 4 months ago and this new one. This guy is very good at the top of his class, and he went through, spent an hour with us going through every slide of the brain, showing me what he's seeing, and he's very alarmed. So he's putting on I have to put her on a very special diet. He wants me to stop her from driving because the part of her brain that you need to drive, according to him, is missing. It's gone. The last time she fell a few months ago and hit her head, there's a membrane in the middle of the brain that split in two from the trauma. That's not normal. That's not good. She's got this whitening around these areas that are not supposed to be empty in the first place. Like, she's got holes in her brain like Swiss cheese, and around that are lesions. It's almost a miracle that she's even functioning the way she is and driving and talking, and I attribute that, I told the doctor, to her going to church every day. I don't want to take that from her. I can't bring her every day myself because I have to work and everything, but they don't want her driving anymore, but it's up to me if I want to take the risk of her hurting herself or someone else. I can't just stop her, but I could force through medical things, but she doesn't want me to stop her from going to Jesus every day, and I don't want to do that either because I see that God is keeping this woman going when it's impossible at this point. Bob had been telling me to go see this doctor with him, and I've been putting it off, and Donna's telling me, because she doesn't really understand what's being told her, she's always saying, oh, I'm fine, it was a good result. Then Bob tells me, no, I was there, and it's not good. You need to see this doctor, Stephen. You live with her. So I finally went with him and Donna, and we all sat down, and I was very upset with Donna when I found out that she's not been honest with me, and that's because she doesn't want me taking her rights away. She thinks I'm too hard on her as it is. I'm very overprotective. I'm very strict with her diet, her driving, this and that. Well, and that's why I had Bob help me as well, because she's a lot to deal with and she don't listen. Well, now the doctor is showing me, myself, how bad it's gotten. And I am very sad and very infuriated because this is why. I know what I'm doing. I know my job, okay? I know I'm a good caretaker. I'm in the medical field. I'm not stupid. And I'm just very upset that it progressed in 4 months because I gave her keys back and let her drive again on her own. And she's been abusing that privilege. She's not just going to church and back as she told me to. She's going and getting ice cream every day and McDonald's and all this stuff and going shopping and getting junk food every day when I'm at work, okay? She's hitting things. She destroyed the whole side of the car. She ran over a curb again the other night, broke it. I keep putting money in this car for her. It's now damaged again. And, she just doesn't listen. So unless you take the keys from her and take the car from her, which I'm going to have to do, she won't listen. And, she's going to be very unhappy. But she has declined so much because she's eating stuff she's not supposed to be eating. She's not supposed to have carbs. She's not supposed to have sugar. She's now fully... They were concerned it was going to turn into dementia, Alzheimer's, and now it has. Because her diet, the sugar is eroding the brain a lot faster and advancing it faster. And she's eating sugar, and carbs turn to sugar, and she's diabetic. And so that has advanced it so rapidly in 4 months, her brain has holes in it now. Also, she's eating a lot of salt and junk, and it's giving her blood pressure was through the roof. Every time she's lifting things she's not supposed to lift, like groceries, like doing stuff she's not supposed to do around the house when I'm not there, I keep telling her, don't do it, don't do it. I got it, but she don't listen. She bends over. She's been bleeding. Constant capillary bleeds on a daily basis now. And mini strokes, okay? This has caused pockets of blood all over the brain, and also holes in her brain. In the whole back of her brain, it looks like it's all pitted and literally like cottage. It looks like Swiss cheese. It's very advanced because when the capillaries break and burst, the brain is deteriorating from lack of blood and oxygen. This is because she's a thick-headed woman who does not listen to me and refuses to take her meds on a proper schedule. And ever since I was told by her social worker to calm down, step back a little, you're too much, Steve, you're too much. I know what I'm doing. But because they wanted me to leave her alone and let her, try to do things okay. Well, guess what? She doesn't take her meds properly on time. I don't give them to her anymore. I let her decide when. Well, she's not on a proper schedule. That's a problem. Sometimes she's taking too many meds. Sometimes she's not taking enough. She's dropping them on the floor. The dog's getting the pills because I'm not there. So I'm going to have to take over the meds again and make sure I give them to her myself again every morning and night, like I was doing before I was told to back off. She was doing so much better because I had tightly restricted. I took her car away. I took over the med schedule. I did everything. She got better because I did that. And then people said, see, she doesn't need you. She's fine. She's fine. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. And I'm the one that lives with her. I know what I'm doing. But I said, okay, fine. I'll back off. Now the meds are not being taken properly. She's driving around. She's hitting things. Her brain scan has shown such a significant deterioration in 4 months that should have taken 2 years. Again, it's a miracle that she's even still talking and thinking, and now she has been getting a lot more forgetful and all kinds of other issues I've been noticing, and that's why we did another scan, and there it is. Everything I had to talk to the doctor about, and she wasn't happy with me throwing her under the bus, but I'm like, listen, I have to be honest with what I'm seeing. So I told the neurospecialists everything that I've been experiencing with her, and they said, oh no, you're right, thank you for telling us. These are the missing pieces that Donna here is not being honest with us about that we needed to know. Now it all makes sense. And then they showed me the brain scans, and they said, this is why this is happening, this is why she's doing that. You're right, Stephen, you were on, we wish you had talked to us months ago. Well, I was not going to the appointments with her because Bob was, and Bob kept saying, Stephen, you're the one that lives with her, you should be going instead of me. But I'm like, Bob, you're a nurse. You can tell me what they're saying. So Bob was trying to tell me, but it was very detailed. So then I'm hearing Donna telling me, oh, everything's fine. She downplayed everything. So Bob made me go today. He's like, Stephen, you have to come with us today. I'm going away to San Diego. I'm not going to be around any longer. You have to take over for me, and you're going to be doing all the nursing now. You need to be there. So I went and I talked to the neuro staff, and it was not good. And now Donna can't lie to me anymore and downplay anything. Now I've got to put her on a very strict, I forgot the name of it, but a very strict diet. It's a meta-something diet to slow down the progression and also to help restore her memory the best we can, hopefully stop the strokes that are constant. But there's no stopping it at this point. It's so advanced. So we could only slow it down. They're putting her on 2 more meds now on top of the other 30-something she's already on every day. So these meds are going to cause other problems, but it's going to keep her memory as long as we can, because pretty soon her brain is so bad she could start forgetting who I am at any time. So we're working on slowing this, but now it's not a matter of if anymore, but when. And so, that's all I can do. So it's a lot more on me. I just got off the phone with her again, and it's like she totally forgot what the doctor just told her, and she's off going to get food. I'm like, Donna, I told you not to drive. It's getting dark. I'm at work. I can't stop you, but please. Oh, I'm going to the laundromat. I'm like, I told you can't lift. Well, it's a lot of laundry, and it needs to be. I'm like, okay, you know what? starting this weekend, I'm taking the car, I'm taking over, that's it. So do what you want to do, but when I get home from work, that's undone. Do what you got to do. I was like, you are this close to dying. Literally. One more stroke, one more fall, you're gone. You're done. Or you're not going to know who you are tomorrow. Like, you're literally that bad. She doesn't even realize how bad it's progressed. I see it every day. I live with her. I know she's changing fast. But now that I know how bad it's gotten, this is a problem because I'm trying to work myself and I can't work full time because I have to take care of her. And I got my own health issues and stuff, but I really can't I got to take care of her. And so I'm trying to make as much money as I can, but I only make $200 a week. And it's just barely enough to get by. And now we need a washing machine. It's broken. So I've been having to take her, or she takes herself now, to the laundromat. We're spending a lot of money. We could have bought 3 machines already by now with how much money we spend on laundromats every week. And it's a lot of gas. It's far away. And she's not supposed to be lifting the laundry. And it's like, she doesn't listen to me. She goes when I'm at work because she doesn't want to wait for me on the weekend. And I'm like, Donna, I can't do it all. Okay, I can't go to church every day with you and go to work and go to all your doctor's appointments and do all the shopping and the cooking and the cleaning. And I'm only one person and this is becoming too much. You're either going to end up in a home or you're going to end up dead. You've got to stop. You're going to have to work with me. So I need your prayers because the woman don't listen and she's also forgetting. So she forgets everything we just told her. And now she's off and running to go get fast food again when she's got healthy food at home, but she won't eat it. Because she don't like it. I don't care. The doctor's trying to make her eat stuff that she needs, and she don't like it. So I don't know what to do with this person. So what's going to end up happening is she's going to get sick, die, or end up in a home where she's going to be forced, whether she likes it or not. And she's not going to have any freedom anymore. And I don't want to see that happen to her. And the other problem is, if that happens to her, they might take the home that I need to live in to pay for the place, and I will be on the street. So, I need to keep her there for her happiness. She wants to die in her own home. I need a place to live, so this is not fair to me because if something happens to her and she don't listen to make this easier, so she's putting us all at risk. So I really got to crack down on her, and I'm sick of people saying you're too hard on her. No, I know what I'm doing. I know this woman's medical situation. I know her. I live with her. I've been taking care of her since 2015. She's my patient. I need to enforce a strict diet now. I need to take her car away from her now because otherwise she gets into trouble and keeps going eating fast food and ice cream and junk every day, and it's literally killing her. And I get blamed for it. Well, where are you? Where are you? I have to go to work. Also, I leave her for 4 to 6 hours a day. I can't be with her 24/7. If she needs that kind of care, she needs to be in a facility. I can't. I have my own life too. I have to go to my own doctors. I've got health issues. I got to work. I got bills. I can't keep this all going. I'm poor. I only have $200 a week. This is getting to the point where it's very impossible. So, and she's paying most of the overhead with her Social Security. But if she dies tomorrow and leaves me the trailer, that's great. But now I have to get a job right away, full time, because I have to suddenly pay $2,000 a month to keep everything going. So I'm going to go from a couple $100 a month helping her out to taking over everything so I have a roof over my head again. And I don't have money saved, and I don't have a good paying job, and I'm doing the best I can right now because she needs a caretaker 7 days a week, and that's me. And she doesn't have the money to get somebody to hire someone. That's why I do it for free. And in exchange for a roof over my head. It's fair. I go to work, I have a roof over my head, I don't pay rent, but I spent about $10,000 already the past couple of years fixing the place and the car and everything else and buying groceries and everything else. But so I never get to save because I am helping her. I'm paying rent in other ways. But the point is I don't make enough to do all everything. And so when she's gone, it's going to be tough, but I can manage because I'll have to work full time again and maybe get a roommate. But in the meantime, this is the only thing that works. If I leave and she goes into a home, they liquidate everything and they take her IRA, which is what her daughter, her handicapped daughter, Donna's supporting herself and the handicapped daughter and keeping her in a small apartment and stuff. Otherwise, her daughter will end up on the street. So the IRA that Donna's living off of, which isn't much, is enough to help keep her daughter housed and fed and stuff. her daughter's supposed to inherit that when Donna dies, and it goes into a trust. So her daughter will be taken care of from the trust. But if Donna goes into a facility, they will take the money that's supposed to go to her daughter's trust, and it'll go to Donna's facility, and her daughter will be on the street tomorrow, and so will I. So this is a very precarious situation. So it's like, it's such a delicate situation that it's really alarming, and I didn't, it's really bad news from the doctors today. So I'm going to just trust God. Somehow He'll provide a miracle to keep us going, but we are barely surviving as it is. Okay? And that's with my income also helping. And I don't make much. I have $5 in a savings account. I live paycheck to paycheck. I lost 2 days last week from the holiday because I had to be with her. I didn't want to work the holidays. So instead of getting holiday pay, I needed to spend time with Donna. So I ended up I'm going to have a very small paycheck this Friday. I'm already almost in the negative. So, I just, whatever. We'll get by somehow through God, through Christ. But if it wasn't for Jesus, there's no way we would even be alive right now, staying afloat. And it was a miracle that when I saw the brain scans today, that Don is even functioning right now, considering how bad it's gotten in 4 months. The doctor was like, I don't know she's even driving or talking or functioning the way she is, but it's so rapid, we can only slow it down with these new meds. But, and I told him, I said, she goes to church every day. She's a Catholic. She receives Holy Communion every day. That's why your MRI is showing something different than you're actually seeing. This is why doctors need to be religious. This is why you need Jesus. This woman is a living testimony that despite what the doctors are seeing, she's still functioning. She doesn't even realize how bad she is. And I didn't either until I saw the MRIs myself today. And the doctor went through every slide with me and showed me the difference between this month's MRI and last month's. She should not be able to drive at all. She should not even be able to talk right now. She should be in a wheelchair right now. But God keeps her going. And that's why I don't want to take the car away from her, because she goes to church by herself every day. Sometimes twice a day. And she's involved in stuff at church and St. Augustine classes. And I don't want to take that away. It's keeping her going, and it's keeping her happy, and it's keeping her getting ready for the kingdom. And it's keeping her alive right now. So this is a miracle in some ways, because we're showing that the Eucharist will keep you going. Jesus is real. The Catholic Church is true. Like, you need that. You need Jesus. He can do the impossible. So this is a good thing. It's a good testimony, but at the same time, medically, it's not good at all. And so this is why I trust the Lord, because He's been doing a lot more recently, keeping us afloat than I realized. We also got MRIs back yesterday for Donna's lungs, and they found what could be cancer now. And they said, well, she's so old anyway that we're not really worried about her dying of the cancer. She'll probably die of these other problems before the cancer. But we don't know if it's cancer. We just know that there's 2 nodules in there. She's having trouble swallowing and stuff, and her bronchioles are half the size they were. So that's also adding to more brain and heart deterioration because of lack of blood and oxygen to the brain and heart. So she's on borrowed time. She just doesn't realize it, doesn't want to believe it, and doesn't feel it, apparently. But according to all the medical results, she's really a ticking time bomb. She's actually a medical miracle right at this point. So I just had all this dropped on me yesterday and today. Now you and I both know that if those nodules, those 2 nodules, and all that stuff they see in her lung, it looks like some kind of an infection in there, but the nodules are what's worrying them. And those nodules could quickly spread to cancer. And once you have cancer in your lungs, it goes right to the brain within days, hours sometimes. So it's a death sentence. So we have to monitor that and go back next month to see the progression of the nodules in her. So this poor woman has already been through so much, and she's continuing to go through so much. But yet she goes to the Catholic Church daily. I make her go to confession multiple times a week with me. Whether she likes it or not, she needs it. And she receives the Holy Communion almost every day. This is proof, medical proof, that Jesus is sustaining this woman. Okay? So please, we do need your prayers. Until recently, I didn't realize. I thought we were doing okay financially. I don't ask for money, but I mean, we do need a new washing machine. She can't be going, and I can't be bringing her every week. She goes through so many soiled linens and stuff. We don't have the money to keep dumping $50 every time I go to the laundromat every week. Plus the gas to get all the way down there and back. It's far away. It's a lot of wear and tear. Winter's coming. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do. We have a dryer that's on the outs, but the washer's been broken a long time, and so I try to do my laundry at work when I can, but I have to get her to her. It's very costly. We could have bought 3 washing machines already for what we've been spending every month in laundry, just at the laundromats, which are now $6.75 per washer, plus the gas. So I don't know. My wish list is I need a miracle. We need a lot of money, but I need a washing machine. I'm asking for prayers that God gives me enough money to buy us a washing machine for the house. It'll save so much money and travel and wear and tear. And Donna shouldn't be lifting these. She don't listen to me, and she keeps using I got to go get laundry done. She's not supposed to be lifting these heavy laundry bags. It can kill her. It's causing permanent bleeds every day now, and every time her brain bleeds, more tissue of the brain is deteriorating, and it now looks like she's got basically Swiss cheese in her brain. Like there's holes everywhere. Holes everywhere. And it's rapidly. So they're putting her on a very strict diet. They're putting her on 2 more meds to slow down the memory loss. And that's all we can do. And she needs to calm down and slow down, but she doesn't listen to me. So now I'm going to have to take the car away from her, whether she likes it or not. And her independence, because she don't know when to stop. She'll go, and it's never just, okay, I'm just going to drive to church. Oh, no, she's going to go to the beach. She's going to go to shopping. She goes and gets groceries, which she's not supposed to be eating. She goes to get Dairy Queen. She goes to McDonald's every day. She's drinking Diet Coke, she's got kidney failure. It's destroying her kidneys. I mean, when I took full control over her months ago, her health rapidly got better. Even the MRIs were showing an amazing decrease in she was doing a lot better. I gave her the meds on a very strict schedule. I handled it. I fed her only what I made. I handled everything. But I was told by her and others to back off and give her some more space and let her have more control over and let her make her own decisions. Let her drive herself again. Let her do her own stuff. Okay, fine. But I knew better. So 4 months ago I give her back her car. And yes, she's going to church every day, and that's great. But she's also gallivanting all hours of the day and night when she can't even see to drive. She's got cataracts. It's not good. She's banging up the car. She's wasting gas and money on groceries and gas that should not be spent. We don't have it. She's buying a lot of junk food that's rapidly deteriorated between the salt and sugar, her brain, and her diabetes are out of control, and her blood pressure out of control again. So see, this is why Steve, being in the medical field, doing what I know what I need to do. I need people to listen to me. Theologically and medically, stop questioning me. Stop bothering me. I'm not trying to be arrogant, but I'm not a stupid person. I'm well studied. I'm not stupid. I deal with this all the time. I've been taking care of people my whole life. All right? This is my job. And when people don't listen, and they say, oh, I'm overreacting, I'm a hypochondriac, or I'm too much, this is what happens. Now we can't fix this damage that's rapidly deteriorated because Steve stepped back and started trusting Donna to take her own meds on a schedule, but she don't. I keep finding pills on the floor every day. The dog's eating meds. She's not getting them all because I'm not handing them to her every day at 9 o'clock promptly like I used to. I'm not making her breakfast every day like I used to because she wanted to do her own thing. And she's abusing the privilege of driving. I said, church only. Emergencies only. When I'm not home. Otherwise, I will do the driving. Well, as soon as I leave the house, she looks for every excuse to go to McDonald's, go to the beach, go to the church, go to the laundry. She's taking on way too much that her body can handle. And who does that fall back on? Me. I'm her power of attorney for medical and everything. I'm on the will. I'm the one who's her guardian. I get held responsible when things go wrong. When she falls because she wasn't supposed to be at the diner when I was at work, it falls on me. All I can do is leave this up to the Lord and ask for prayers. Please just pray for her. pray that the Lord helps me and keeps her safe, slows the rapid deterioration of her heart and brain down, get some common sense in this woman that she'll stop rebelling and actually work with me and the medical staff so that we don't have to force her and take away all her independence. I don't want to do that to her. She's a miserable person to live with when you don't let her do what she wants to do. And that's all elderly people, but this lady, she is like, she thinks she's 20 years old, and it's like she don't want to stop. She don't want to be restricted. I have to for her own good. I mean, she does a lot of crazy, stupid things. That's why I live there. But now that it's officially gone into Alzheimer's and dementia and rapid brain deterioration, there's no question that I need to be there. And I realize why the Lord has me there now. Not only is this my job that I do for a living, I take care of people, but elderly people, but she needs me. There's no question. So for all those people who wanted to accuse me of freeloading off of this old woman, taking advantage of an elderly, nonsense. I'm there because if I wasn't there, she would have died 4 times already. 4 times she ended up with strokes and fell on the floor. And if I wasn't there to resuscitate and bring her to the hospital, she would have died years ago. She had COVID. I was there, got her to the hospital. Okay? She has had many falls and accidents. I've been there to help her. Okay? She can't live on her own anymore. So, and this has been going back for years now. So I've been there since 2020. God put me there. I didn't like the idea either. Trust me, I'd rather have my own family, my own home, my own freedom. But she needs me. And she's the only family and mother I have. And so if I wasn't there, she could not survive, literally. And she'd be in a facility. So she doesn't want that. And her daughter would be on the street. So it's kind of a tricky situation where I need to be there in order to keep everything going. But at the same time, I can't do what I have to do to get myself in a stable place so I'm okay when she's gone. So I'm just trusting God here, like, Lord, I'm going to trust that you're going to provide my every need, and that should she pass away, I'm not going to have to worry about losing a roof over my head. Somehow you'll get me a better job or money or something so that I can continue myself. Because while I'm supposed to be getting my own life together, I have to take care of other people. So, I don't get to go on dates and go get married and go on vacations and work full time like everybody else. I have priorities. God first in my ministry, because, I'm still a priest at heart. I'm a member of the royal priesthood as a Catholic. And as a Christian, I'm living not like the world lives, but set apart for God. And I have my ministry that I promised him and his mother. And that takes a lot of time. And on top of that, I have people that God has put in my care. So they need me and have nobody else to take care of them. So I do that. So I don't have time to go on vacations and enjoy my weekends and live like the rest of the world does and have a wife and kids and all that nonsense. I don't have time. I don't have time for myself. I changed the sheets off of my bed literally in July. I'm still sleeping on a mattress with just a comforter. I have not even literally, I'm not kidding you, had the time or energy to get the sheets put back on my bed. They're still in a ball on my desk, clean, dusty by now, but I don't even sleep with sheets right now, okay? Because I'm too big. Every time I want to put the sheets on my bed, Donna wants to change the sheets on her bed. By the time I'm done with that whole fiasco, I don't have the energy or time to put the sheets on my bed. It's like every time I set a moment to myself, something comes up at church, or there's a doctor's appointment, or somebody's sick. There's always something. So, you know what? I've just given up trying to take care of myself. I just say, Lord, you provide. I'll do your work. And that's it. I guess I'm not going to have comfort and luxury in life. I guess I'm not meant to have any kind of anything in life. Just poverty and work until I die. As long as I go to heaven, fine. But please, God, let me make it to heaven. Because if I don't make it to heaven, after this almost 43 years of hell, that's really sad. So, I'd like to do more for the Lord. I'd like to have a life. There's things I wanted to do with my life and see, but I'm slowing down myself. I'm getting older, and I got a lot of serious health issues, very painful health issues that I deal with every day myself. I get 1 to 4 hours of sleep if I'm lucky. Every day for many years. Like, I don't even eat more than one meal a day. I don't have time or the money, and meanwhile, I got people calling me and from all over India and all this stuff saying, "Oh, can you help me? I don't have money for groceries or money for gifts for my kids this year at Christmas." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Well, I can tell you that it's been over a decade since I got Christmas gifts for anybody or myself. Like, I don't celebrate Christmas in that way because there's no money for food and feasting and gifts. I go to church on Christmas and Christmas Eve and every day during Advent. That's Christmas for a Christian. We're not all about oh, I'm sorry you can't afford to buy your kids gifts, but that's not really important. It's Jesus' birthday, not theirs. I mean, yeah, if I had it, of course I'd like to do that. But I am so poor myself. I don't know why people seem to think that just because I'm an American or I used to be a movie actor that I have all this money. If I had that kind of money, I wouldn't be living this life. Trust me, I'm a religious and I'm poor. And I hate saying that, but I mean, I have just enough. It's a miracle that I get by every week. God helps me I hate to say this, but I live on donations sometimes. I still receive donations in the mail. But for not much, $25 here, $10, $50, but it helps. I don't ask you guys for help, but I need it. Okay? And I hear that if you're doing ministry all the time and evangelizing and stuff, you have a right to ask for money or get paid. I don't believe in that. I don't want to ask. I believe that the Lord will provide when I need it. He knows what I need. So Jesus said, freely you've been given, now freely give. And whenever I have money, even though I don't have much for myself, I'm also a very big tipper. I'm also always helping people who need help whenever I can, and it leaves me with nothing in my account. Sometimes I'm in the negative because of it. I just feel like it's God's money, so, I'm very charitable, but that's why I never have anything myself, because it's like as soon as I have a little extra, it's going to somebody else. So what? Whatever. As long as I have a roof over my head, a bed to sleep in, and some food in my stomach, I'm happy. I mean, I would like more. I'd like to be comfortable and self-sufficient, but I'm happy. But yes, I do need the help financially, and so does Donna, but especially me. I just don't ask for it, okay? So sometimes I go to the mailbox, my P.O. box, and I'm blessed. And it's like, oh, good, to $25. Now my account won't bounce. And then I find out if it wasn't for that $25 that somebody sent me from like North Carolina, I would have bounced my account. So I see how the Lord does provide through people. I don't have to ask. I tell him, Lord, I'm in trouble. I need help. And I leave it alone. Lord, I don't know how you're going to get me this money, but I'm trusting you. You know I'm spent. There's nothing more I can do. I'm doing the best I can. And he provides. Those are little miracles. So don't ask me if there's a God, because there is. Don't ask me why I'm such a holy roller. This is why. I am dependent on Jesus for everything, even the food I eat every day. Now, I know that people in the world who have millions of dollars or a six-figure income or whatever, just comfortable living, they rely on themselves and what they think they are doing. They don't give God thanks for everything. They don't realize that he's the one behind the scenes allowing you and helping you to be able to have that. And you don't go to church and you don't thank him? You don't say grace at every meal or before you have every drink? Before I have coffee, I say grace. Because I'm grateful to have the coffee or piece of bread or whatever I have. So you should be saying grace all the time too. You should be thanking God for everything you have, whether you have a good job or not. And so I have learned that I'm totally reliant on God for everything, including my daily bread. So that's why they say if you have Jesus, you have everything. It's true. I have my needs met. Barely, but I'm not going to complain because I have my needs met. And Jesus does that for me. It's not always easy. It's scary, but you just have faith. You trust that he will provide, and he does. And that's how I survive. That's how me and Don have been surviving. But I just want to let you guys have that update and let you know what's been going on because we need your prayers. And like I said, I'm not going to ask for it, but any help that you can be, whether somebody can get us a washer and dryer or a washing machine. We really, even if it's used, we really need a washing machine. And I don't have the ability to get one for us. So that would be nice if somebody has the ability to do that. We really need a washing machine. Um, and any kind of donations that you guys might want to send our way. Like I said, I'm not asking for charity, but if you have some extra cash and you feel like I can't afford to turn that down. So that would be a big help at this point. But like I said, there are people worse off than me and Donna. So by all means, give it to them. Because that's more important. I mean, at least we're not on the street. But like I said, I don't turn down donations because I can't anymore. I just like I said, I'm just pray for Donna and pray that God's will be done in all this. Pray that I don't lose a roof over my head. Pray that I have a home, whatever, that I'm able to keep taking care of Donna. Pray that she doesn't get hurt driving around when she's not supposed to be. Pray that I don't know. I don't even know what to pray for anymore. Just you know what? I just trust that. I just leave it to God. I go to the altar at church. I say, Lord, here it is. I trust you. Jesus, I trust in you. He already knows everything that's going on. So I just say, Lord, I don't need to know how you're going to do it. I don't know how you do it, but I know you'll do it. I just trust in you. My survival, and so Donna's at this point, is in your hands, Lord. And that's it. That's what happens, and that's how it is as a Christian. And thank God for God, because let me tell you, this world, I would not be alive right now if it wasn't for him. If I could not rely on Jesus to hear my prayers and help, we would be dead and starving on the street already, or I would have been dead a long time ago personally, and so would Donna. So again, I hope this helps. I just want to give you guys an update on that. I wanted to, for those of you from India and other places who keep calling and asking me for money and giving me a sad story about how you don't have a job and this and that. Listen, I'm an American, but you have no idea the cost of living here. Poverty and hunger are a global problem now. Don't look at America thinking that Americans are doing way better. Some of them are, but not all of us. Don't look at me and think I'm some kind of rich person. This house is not mine. I'm at work. The house I live in is not mine. I live there to take care of somebody. I am homeless myself, technically. If I didn't have the home I'm staying at, I'd be on the street. So how are you going to ask me for money when I need help? Like, I don't have it to give. I should be asking people for money. I just don't. But stop thinking that just because somebody looks healthy, that they are. I have serious health issues that can kill me at any time. I just don't tell you all the time. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm on literally thin ice every day, borrowed time myself. And financially, I have nothing. I live paycheck to paycheck, and sometimes it's not enough. So stop looking at the exterior. The other day I was with a group of older Catholic gentlemen, and they kept treating me like I was some dumb young kid, because I guess according to them, 42 years old is a kid. Well, I'm not a child, and I'm not new to the Catholic faith. In fact, I don't want to say this, but I mean, I'm not trying to be haughty and arrogant. I happen to know more about what they were talking about in that meeting than they did. And every time I tried to talk, it was like I was shut down because, who are you to tell us? We're older than you. There is something called the gift of wisdom that I got from the Lord, first of all. And second of all, I dedicate my entire life as a religious theological student every day for over 20 years. So I think I know what I'm talking about. But hey, whatever. I just don't like when people look at me and say, oh, you're a young kid. What do you know? I'm not young. I'm interiorly, I feel 100. And I know a hell of a lot more than you'll ever give me credit for. Also, stop looking at me and say, oh, you used to be an actor. Used to be. Never was a celebrity, just an actor. I never had a lot of money in life. I was okay for a while, but I never made millions. So stop thinking I'm rich. I'm not. Stop looking at me like I'm healthy and making me lift heavy furniture. I have serious back issues. At any moment, if I move my neck the wrong way, I could be paralyzed. I need another surgery. I can't afford to do the surgery right now because I got people to take care of and I got to work. Nobody can take care of me. So I put the surgery off. It's very risky. I trust God. So no, stop looking at me and say, oh, you're a strapping young man. Here, move this and do this and lift it. Stop doing that to people. Just because somebody may look like they're rich and healthy. It does not mean they are. I am sick of people looking at me and asking me for money when I'm the one who needs the money. I'm sick of you asking me to do stuff because you're old or whatever and you think that I'm healthy. I'm not. Okay? Looks are deceiving. And I am an American. Okay? But that does not mean that just because you're living in India or Africa that you can hit me up for cash and say, oh, please send me money. No, stop. You send me money. What I'm trying to tell you is I'm poor just like you. Probably worse off than some of you. I just don't tell you about it. And well, why not? Why not? Let me tell you why, and then I'm going to end this video. And I'm sorry, but this is a righteous anger. If you had a real Christian faith, you would understand. I do not worry so much because I trust in God, and I know He provides. So I'm not going to sit here boo-hooing all the time. Help me, help me, help me, help me. My help comes from the Lord. Some of you are Christians, and you're sitting there boo-hoo, boo-hoo. I don't know what I'm going to do. You don't know what you're going to do? Are you a Christian or not? Go to the Lord, obey Him. He'll help you. If He's not helping you, you're not living right. You're not living in obedience. You're obviously living in sin. Stop sinning, repent, truly have faith, and you will see miracles too. Maybe He's not going to give you a mansion and a limousine, but He'll give you what you need. You are the one lacking faith. You are the one not asking, and Jesus said you have not because you ask not. Stop asking other people and go to the Lord first, and He will send people to help you. That's what He does with me. So, I'm sorry, I can't help you with your little faith. I pray for you. Every time somebody asks for prayer or tells me they have a need, I immediately pray for them. Then I leave it up to the Lord to decide. It's not for me to decide. So, yes, ask for help, pray, whatever. I will help you. But I don't have money to give you. If I did, I would. If I did, I wouldn't be needing help. So stop looking at looks, exterior. That's Christians should know better. Christians should know that a lot of people have mental illness or physical illness and they hide it behind a good exterior. Doesn't mean they're not suffering. Some people look nice, but I get these clothes from hand-me-down sometimes. Some of these clothes are 20 years old. I'm poor. Just because I look like I have money, because I have nice clothes, doesn't mean that these clothes are not from high school. Okay? I don't buy clothes for myself all the time. I don't have the money for it. I'm actually poor. I just don't let myself look like a pauper, like a bum. And the Bible even says, when you are fasting or doing penance, don't go and, look at me, I'm starving. Oh, I'm fasting. Oh, look how dirty I am. No, wash your face, clean yourself, look presentable. Make it look like you're not hungry and doing penance. Make it look like, why? So that the Heavenly Father knows secretly and rewards you secretly what you're doing. Don't make a spectacle of yourself. So I don't make a spectacle of all my issues and hunger and poverty because the Heavenly Father already knows. I make sure I look well on the outside. And I try to smile and I try to look like a good Christian. But it doesn't mean I'm not poor and suffering terribly. You don't know the pain I live with in many ways, but the physical pain is enough to choke a horse. Okay? I hide it. It is what it is. I just get on with my circumstances the best I know how, and I hold on to Jesus' hands. Okay? You Christians need to learn how to do the same. Okay? Stop complaining. Suck it up. Suffering is part of it. It's called the road to the cross for a reason. Have more faith in God. Go to God first before asking others for help. Have real faith in Him and trust in Him and give Him proper thanks and obedience, and you'll see something too. Otherwise, don't cry about your problems. Okay? Don't call yourself a Christian if you don't really have faith and you don't obey God, and you don't live the true Christian faith, and then you wonder why your life stinks and why God's not answering your prayers, okay? God bless.